Okay, I'm gonna show you the cards like that. I'm gonna ask you to memorize any card from the ones you see, except this one, okay? Any card but this. Do you see one? I hope you did. And if you see the 5 of hearts, then that's the card I was trying to force. I'm gonna do it once again. I'm gonna ask you to see any card, except this one. This one, no. Any other card. Try to see one. Do you see one? If you see the 5 of hearts again, then the force was successful. So the explanation is forcing any card from the middle or from the top. For example, if I want to force the 10 of diamonds, and this is what I do. I try to expose a little longer the 10 of diamonds than any other card. But sometimes I keep a rhythm that is fast enough for a spectator not to be able to see any other card but the one on top. Okay, this is actually quite easy force, but at the same time it's a little tricky because you need to keep a nice rhythm, a rhythm that it doesn't look too obvious. Okay, let's say I want to force a card in the middle. I in-jog this card about 3 millimeters. So when I get to the force card, I know which one immediately, which card is that. I try to expose that card a little longer than any other card. Okay, it can become quite tricky because you don't want to be too obvious. You don't want to do this. Okay, that's quite obvious. And at the same time you want to like that, you know, but they may see another card. So you want to keep a nice rhythm. See the Queen of Hearts, diamonds, I'm sorry. And you want to flash it a little longer, as you can see in this example, so it doesn't look too obvious. Again, don't be quite obvious. And this is a nice method because some people or magicians, they actually cut a card so they can be smaller than the rest of them. And instead of cutting the card, you can just in-jog this card the next, and you're gonna force the Queen of Diamonds again in this example. And you know, try not to use maybe picture cards, number cards, maybe a little easier, just to make sure the force is gonna be successful. And you in-jog the card is right under the force card, as you can see over here. But because of the grip, I'm hiding the in-jog card, and I can expose a little longer the 2 of hearts. Okay. But again, try, because you want to expose the 2 of hearts in this case a little, not even a second. It's just a fraction of the second, maybe half of it, or maybe less than the rest of them. Okay, so let's say the 10 of clubs. You want to show it, but at the same time you can see the other cards because of the bad rhythm. When the cards are quite old, it's gonna get a little bit more difficult to have a perfect even grip from the top. So these ones are a little newer compared to the previous ones, and these ones are much better to have a better grip on the edge. Be careful with you use this method, the in-jog card, so it doesn't look too dark in the front edge towards the spectator. So for example, the 4 of diamonds in this case, as you can see, is the only card you may be able to see better. Okay. So the 4 of diamonds is right here, next to the angel card, which is this. Or the top card maybe. And maybe better if you use, and you wanna force the top card, the King of Clubs. But at the same time, it's a little bit more obvious for some people. But for a magician, it may be a little better. Not to overexpose too much the top card. You see the King of Clubs was exposed a little longer. So I don't know, you know, it depends on each and every one of you. How good are you for a timing to expose it a little longer? And that's the only issue I'm pretty sure you need to practice the most on this particular force.